In the heart of England, in the gritty streets of Manchester, where the cold, grey skies meet the rhythm of the factories, a new dream was being born. A dream not just of football, but of something greater. A story that would span decades, captivate millions, and become one of the greatest legacies in sport. I'm Ian McAllister, and this is the story of Manchester United. It is 1878, and the world is changing. The Industrial Revolution is in full swing, and Manchester is right in the midst of it. The old world is giving way to the new, the roar of the engines, the clang of steel, the lives of ordinary men bound to the rhythm of the railway. In the smoky heart of the city, a group of workers, members of a local factory, the Newton Heath Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, decides to start something that will live far beyond their humble origins. But amidst the grime and the sweat, a different kind of fire was burning. A passion, a shared dream to come together to form a team, to represent something more than just themselves. These men, hardened by their daily struggles, found solace in a different kind of rhythm, a different kind of engine, the human spirit unleashed on the football pitch. They named their club Newton Heath, a name that would eventually slip into the shadows, long before the world would know them by another. The early years were tough, very little money, no real stadium, no reputation. Newton Heath scraped by with what they could. The road to glory was paved with hardship, threatening to derail their dreams. But football was growing, and so was the desire to rise above the limits of their circumstances. Yet they were a symbol of hope, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the working class. These men weren't just playing for fun. They were playing for pride. And then, in 1902, everything changed. The club was on the brink of collapse. Financial troubles threatened to erase everything these men had worked for. But in the darkest of times, fate intervened. Enter John Henry Davies. A man of means, but more importantly, a man of vision. He invested £500, a fortune at the time, and saved the club from dissolution. In return, he would have a say in the future of this team, one that was about to take its first steps toward greatness. It was the year they rose from the ashes. A name change signaled a new era. No longer would they be called Newton Heath. No, they would take on a new identity, one that would resonate with pride and ambition. Manchester United. It was a fresh start, a new beginning. The road ahead was still filled with challenges, but something had shifted in the air. With new financial backing, the club began to grow, bringing in better players, drawing bigger crowds. And with every passing year, Manchester United began to find its rhythm. They were no longer just another club. They were a force in the making. But success wasn't immediate. The early 1900s were filled with heartbreaks, near misses, and struggles. They faced relegation from the top flight of English football. They faced obstacles that threatened to undo everything they had built. But every time they stumbled, the club picked itself up and fought harder. And then, in 1908, a breakthrough. Manchester United won their first league title. It wasn't just a victory, it was a declaration, a statement to the world that this was a club with heart, ambition, and a future. But the story doesn't end there. 1910, Manchester United faced its greatest challenge yet. Their beloved ground, Bank Street, was no longer enough. The city had outgrown it, the club had outgrown it, and so they set their sights on a new home, Old Trafford, a stadium that would become a symbol of their rise, a home where dreams would be made. But even as they prepared to move, the world was on the brink of war. The First World War would bring everything to a halt. The world changed, and Manchester United, like every other team, was put on hold. The men who played the game were now serving their country, and for a time, the stadium stood silent. But as the world recovered, so did Manchester United. They came back not just to play, but to compete, to win, to be more than just a team, to be Manchester United. And so the legend began, a story of grit, of determination, of a club born from the heart of the city, forged in the fires of the Industrial Revolution. A story that would inspire generations to come. But this is just the start. The road ahead, filled with triumph and tragedy alike, has only just begun. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'm Liam McAllister, reminding you to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching Glory Glory Man United, the first 40 years.